Good morning. My name is James Parker. I am a professional landscape photographer in Vancouver, Washington. Today, I'm at Burnt Bridge Creek Greenway, and it's a wonderful little trail that goes along a marshland over here to my left. And this morning we've got some fog and mist, which should make for some really nice photos. There's one tree up here that should have lost all its leaves by now, and with the fog in the background it can get some nice separation. So we're going to see if I can find it and what it looks like this morning, and maybe we'll get a good shot. As you can see, this is just a beautiful, beautiful trail with the mist. And the wonderful thing about living in the Pacific Northwest is that even in winter, even in fall, it's still green. There's so much green. There's still moss on the trees. There's still ivy growing. There's still the ferns that are green that grow on the hillside. Over here behind me, you can see the ferns that are still green. And so you really do get all of the seasons. But even in the middle of winter, you've got this brilliant white snow against these evergreens. It's just gorgeous. If you've watched any other photographers' YouTube channels, you'll notice that they always do, most of them, do a lot of B-roll. If you don't know what B-roll is, that's those shots that are just incredibly time-consuming to do for just a few seconds of footage. They'll set up a camera on the trail, and then they will walk past it, and then they will turn around and walk back and get the camera. They'll show pictures of feet or other, they'll set the camera way out in a field, then they'll walk past it in the distance, and then walk way over and grab the camera. Probably not going to be doing any of that, because I decided early on that if I was going to do this, I wanted to make it as easy on me as I could, and also to keep it more to the point of photography instead of me walking, down a trail. Obviously this is walking down a trail. But you get what I'm saying. I'm actually going to a destination right now, whereas if I set the camera up, I had to walk by it and then turn around and go get it. I'm killing light. It's taking a lot of time to do those type of shots. And while they look nice, I don't think I wouldn't be able to do it all the time. I would get tired I would be in a rush because I'm usually a little bit late, and I would not do it because I had to get to the location to get the shot. So I decided early on, you won't see much B-roll, if any. This is going to be on my way to the locations. I'll do some talking, tell you what we're going to do. And then after that, we'll set up the camera. We'll talk about composition, settings, whatever that we need to talk about for the shot, and that'll be it. Occasionally I'll do some video in the car as I'm driving to my location, but for the most part it's going to be short videos that hopefully are going to give you some great tips on how to create some amazing photos. We're down in the marsh area, in the greenway, and right there's my tree. We got a really pretty sky this morning, and I love the way that the mist is hugging in the back around it. So we're going to set up and we'll see if we can get a shot. Okay, so I've decided to use a vertical composition because the sky is really pretty and it gives me a chance to capture those clouds. And I'm not sure this is my final composition yet. Really, the big thing is to take your time and really think about what you don't want in the frame versus what you want in the frame. That's the thing that a lot of people just zip right past, and then they miss it, and then they get back in their computer, they download their photos, and they realize that there is, you know, like if you notice here, I've got these bushes basically encroaching on the tree. You can see it, it's breaking into the tree. All I have to do is move my tripod just a few feet, not even a foot to the right, and now it's not in my field of view. So we're gonna frame this back up and see what this looks like. Okay, so here's my composition here. I decided I want to use f5.6. I want to pull that background out of focus just a little bit to help that mist separate the tree from everything else. And I am right around 50 millimeters. And that always gives me room to crop a little bit. I never want to crop in camera. I can always take some out. I can never put it back. So you want to frame your composition so that you get what you want, but don't zoom in so tight that it's exactly what you want, because if you have to crop for a different print size or it's just not quite right, then you're going to be stuck. So always give yourself some room around the edges to make sure there's room to crop in. So here we go, 2-second timer. And there we go. All right, guys, another thing I noticed when I was reviewing the footage, now I could fix this in post, but it's easy enough to walk up here and fix it right now, that there's still some of these pesky things that just pull into the tree. And if you can get those out of the way, it's just gonna clean your image up. And it's the small things, the small details that'll save you time in post. If I walk a little bit forward, you'll see that I've got these right here, and they've kind of bush hogged it, you know, and cut it as they keep the greenway clean. But I'm just going to help them out a little bit, and we're going to do a little bit of that so that they're not in my shot. And one more right up here, this big one right here. Yeah, right here, we're going to get rid of this just to keep it out of my frame. All right, yeah, that's going to be perfect. So we'll go back to where you can see where my camera is. A lot of fog starting to roll in. Okay, so this should be it. Checking everything, making sure I don't have anything that's touching. And we're going to go take the shot. And there we go. All right, bye for now.